The love awakening of Mingo, a 25-year-old with a mental disability, brings him both popularity and problems. When this charismatic and imaginative poet assumes his new role as lover, prejudices and moral hypocrisy surface in the little town where he lived. There is a mentally challenged teenager in a backwater Mexican town. The movie doesn't go specific enough that you can quite identify his disability. It seems like a high functioning autism spectrum kind of deal. And he is just at the age that love urges are starting to surface. All the grown up around him have their own agendas that they impose on this love business, and he can hardly understand any of that. Only housewife and strutting bozo pool room machos and church ladies all come in for some gentle ribbing, but the overall tone is unfailingly inclusive and non-judgmental. The scene where somebody is written a song to celebrate his now famous cockmanship and he does his triumphant little chicken dance is the joyfulest feel-good moment. Unfortunately, in Act 3, those corrupt adult agendas assert themselves with a vengeance, and things get much darker very quickly. Always root for the Bruno SS. Might have wished for a movie that coasted till the end on the same idyllic love, but that would have been a very different movie. And it's not like the abrupt tonal change damaged it or nothing. It was just sad. The story is about a young man suffering mental retardation and love awakening. Poet is charismatic and has the ability to pay attention to those little insignificant details of everyday life. His new status as a lover will bring popularity, and with it problems will expose prejudice and false morality of a blinded people to wash their sins charged with the death of the less guilty. The art of motion picture making within Spain or by Spanish filmmaker abroad is collectively known as Spanish cinema. In recent years, Spanish cinema has achieved high marks of recognition. In the long history of Spanish cinema, the great filmmaker Luis Buñuel was the first to achieve universal recognition, followed by Pedro Almodóvar in the 1980s. Spanish cinema has also been international success over the years, with films by directors like Segundo de Chomon, Florin Rey, Luis Garcia Berlanga, John Antonio Badam, Carlos Sora, Julio Medem, and Alejandro Amenabar. Non-directors like the cinematographer Nestor Almendros, the art director Gil Perendo, the screenwriter Rafael Azcona, the actresses Maribel Verdú and especially Penelope Cruz, and the actors Fernando Rey, Francisco Rebel, Antonio Banderas, Javier Bardem, and Fernando Fernan Gomez have obtained significant recognition outside Spain. Only a small portion of box office sales in Spain are generated by domestic film. The Spanish government has therefore implemented measures aimed at supporting local film production and movie theatre, which include the assurance of funding from the main national television station. The trend is being reversed with productions such as the £30 million film A la Triste, the Academy Award-winning Spanish film Pan's Labyrinth, Volva, and Los Borgia. All of them sold out blockbuster in Spain. Another aspect of Spanish cinema mostly unknown to the general public is the appearance of English language Spanish film such as Agora, J, The Machinist, The Others, Milos Forman, Goya's Ghost, A Monster Call, and The Impossible. All of these films were produced by Spanish firm. In 1962, Jose Maria Gracia became the Director General of Cinematography and Theatre, propelling forward state effort and the Escuela Oficial de Cine, from which emerged the majority of new directors, generally from the political left and those opposed to the Franco government. Among these were Mario Camus, Miguel Picasso, Francisco Regueiro, Manuel Sama, and above all, Carlos Sora. Apart from this line of director, Fernando Fernan Gomez made the classic El Extrano Viaje, and Victor Eric created the internationally acclaimed El Espíritu de la Colem. From television came Jaime de Aminan, author of Mi Querida Senorita. From the so-called Escuela de Barcelona, originally more experimentalist and cosmopolitan, come Jacinto Esteva, Pierre Portabella, Joaquin Jordan, Vicente Aranda, Jaime Camino, and Gonzalo Suarez, who made their masterwork in the 1980s. In the Basque Country, the director Fernando Larroquette, Nestor Buster Texa, Jose Maria Zabelza, and the producer Elias Querezeta stood out. The San Sebastian International Film Festival is a major film festival supervised by the FIAPF. It was started in 1953 and it takes place in San Sebastian every year. Alfred Hitchcock, Audrey Hepburn, Steven Spielberg, Gregory Peck, Elizabeth Taylor are some of the stars that have participated in this festival, the most important in Spain. The Festival de Cine de Sitges, now known as the Festival International de Cinema de Catalunya, was started in 1967. It is considered one of the best cinematographic contests in Europe and is the best in the specialty of science fiction film. The 1968-1980 period saw the golden age of Spanish B-movie horror, underpinning the term Pentaterror, to convey the set of films blending supernatural and horror themes that originated as an answer to European and American exploitation title. With the end of dictatorship, censorship was greatly loosened and cultural works were permitted in other languages spoken in Spain besides Spanish, resulting in the founding of the Centro Gallego de Artes de Images, Filmoteca de Galicia or the Catalan Institute of Cinema, among others. In the context of the transition, the so-called Cine Quinqui, particularly popular from 1977 to 1987, approached taboo issue from a sensationalist angle, criminalizing the lump proletariat. These films also ended up contributing to the promotion of an imaginary of symbolic violence associated to the neutralization of the punitive and non-rehabilitating function of the prison system. In the view of German Labrador Mendes, many of the Quinqui films constituted a truly allegory of the transition, conveying the mythical domestication of the non-consensual socio-political forces embodied by the Quinquis as children of the working class and above all as young people. At the beginning, the popular phenomena of striptease and landismo triumphed. During the democracy, a whole new series of directors based their films either on controversial topic or on revising the country's history. Jaime Echeverri, Victor Eric, Jose Luis Garcia, Manuel Gutierrez Aragon, Eloy de la Iglesia, Pilar Miro, and Pedro Olia were some of these who directed great films. Monzo Armendariz on Joana Bajo Ulloa's new Basque cinema has also been outstanding. Another prominent Basque director is Julio Madam. The Spanish cinema, however, depends on the great hit of the so-called Madrileno comedy by Fernando Colomo or Fernando Trueba, the sophisticated melodrama by Pedro Almodovar. Alex de la Iglesia and Santiago Segura's black humor or Alejandro Amenbar's work in such a manner that, according to producer Jose Antonio Feliz, 50% of total box office revenue come from 5 titles, and between 8 and 10 films give 80% of the total during the year 2004. Foreign films often dominate box offices in Spain, with average monthly receipt of between 3.5 million euro and 5 million euro, making Spain the 10th largest country in the world for international theatrical releases, thus giving Spain a worldwide market share of 1.8%. The Goya Award are the main film award in Spain. They were established in 1987, a year after the founding of the Academia Cinematográfica de España, and recognize excellence in many aspects of Spanish motion picture making, such as acting, directing, and screenwriting. The first ceremony took place on March 16, 1987 at the Madrid. The ceremony continued to take place annually around the end of January, and awards are given to films produced during the previous year. The award itself is a small bronze bust of Francisco de Goya created by the sculptor Jose Luis Fernandez. In 2013, the Feroz Award were established as the Spanish counterpart of the Golden Globe Award. There are several international film festivals in Spain with important prizes for the industry. Two of them are the San Sebastian International Film Festival and the Sitges Film Festival. Awards recognizing the excellence in the regional cinema include the Maestro Mateo Award, the Godi Award, the Berlanga Award, and the Carmen Award. The Love Awakening of Mingo, a 25-year-old with a mental disability, brings him both popularity and problems. When this charismatic and imaginative poet assumes his new role as lover, prejudices and moral hypocrisy surface in the little town where he lives. There is a mentally challenged teenager in a backwater Mexican town. The movie doesn't go specific enough that you can quite identify his disability. It seems like a high-functioning autism spectrum kind of deal.